Dear students, the next topic in Unit 5 is shape memory alloys. It's a very interesting topic. It's merely like a story. If you understand it, it will be very easy for you to reproduce. So as its name implies, it's an alloy. It is an alloy, of course, which has its shape in its memory. That is, for example, if you heat, it will be it will be at a higher temperature, it will be in different shape. At lower temperature, it will be in different shape. Okay, so shape memory alloys are special type of alloys which, after being deformed, can remember and recover their original shape when subjected to either heating or cooling. So since it is an alloy, it is made up of minimum two elements. That is, here it is gold and cadmium, titanium and nickel. So this is very famous alloy. Um, Manganese and copper, nickel, manganese and gallium alloy, copper, aluminum, nickel alloy. Thus the range of temperature at which shape memory alloy switches from new shape to its original shape is called transformation temperature. So it is not a single temperature at which this transformation occurs. It occurs over a range of temperature, and that is known as transformation temperature or memory transfer temperature. This change in shape was mainly caused due to the change in crystal structure. So what happens is there will be a change in crystal structure because of this heating or cooling, okay, within the materials due to the rearrangement of atoms within itself. Phase structures. There are mainly two phase structures in SME, that is martensite and austenite. So martensite is relatively soft and easily deformed phase of shape memory alloys which exist at low temperatures. It has monoclinic structure. It is platelet structure. Martensite structure have two forms. So twinned martensite, that is before deformation, and after deformation it is known as deformed martensite. So austenite is the stronger phase of shape memory alloys which occurs at high temperature. It has needle-like structure. So this occurs at low temperature and this occurs at higher temperatures. So there are many properties of shape memory alloys. The first important property is shape memory effect. Okay, here we can see that I had higher temperature. SME exists in austenite phase. When we decrease the temperature, that is by cooling process, first we will get wind martensite structure. So by loading, that is when we apply stress, it goes to the deformed structure, that is deformed martensite structure. So when heating, it come back to its original state, that is austenite phase. So it will forget that deformation. So it is the phenomenon in which the shape memory alloy apparently deformed at lower temperature and returns to its original shape, that is former shape, when heated to higher temperature. Let us consider a shape memory alloy for which the temperature is decreased. Phase transformation take place from the needle-like structure to platelet-like structure. During this transformation, macroscopically, we won't see any change in shape or size between the austenite phase and twinned martensite phase of the SMA. This is the macroscopic view. This is austenite, twinned martensite, no change at all. Deformed state shows some change. So both austenite and twinned martensite is stable in a particular range of temperature. Now, when the twinned martensite is applied a load, it goes to deformed martensite phase. Now, when the material is further heated, it will go from martensite to austenite form and the cycle continues. Pseudo elasticity. This is not perfectly elastic, but it shows some fake elasticity. So pseudo elasticity occurs in shape memory alloys when the alloy is completely composed of austenite. Temperature is greater than AM. See here. So this is temperature here. This is a higher temperature and this is lower temperature. So here austenite phase starts and here austenite phase completes. Similarly, here martensite phase starts and martensite phase completes here. So unlike the shape memory effect, pseudoelasticity occur without a change in temperature. So this is pseudoelasticity. Single temperature itself. Okay. So at this single temperature, we can see many change in phases. If we apply a load on the shape memory alloy in austenite phase, it transforms into martensite at constant temperature. So here same temperature, the austenite phase, if we apply load, it will go to the martensite phase. But as soon as the loading is decreased, that is if you decrease the load, the martensite phase begins to transform back to austenite phase. So here it goes to martensite phase. With increase in load, again will come back to an austenite phase by removing the load. The load is decreased, the martensite begins to transform back to austenite, since the temperature of the alloy is still above AF and the alloy springs back to its original shape. This is known as pseudoelasticity or superelasticity. Hysteresis. This is another property of SMA. So hysteresis, see, does not occurs in single temperature, as I told already. The transformation occurs over a range of temperature. So when this is length here it is temperature. So higher temperature. So at this temperature, the austenite phase starts, and here it completes. Then again, okay, when temperature is decreased, here martensite phase starts, and here it decreases. It is finished. So hysteresis is generally defined as the difference between the temperature at which material is 50% transformed to austenite upon heating and 50% transformed to martensite upon cooling. The difference can be up to 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. Okay, this is we having a hysteresis. It's a chain-like reaction. Heating and cooling process is like a cycle. So type of SMAs. There is one-way SMA. When the SMA material is cooled below martensite ends temperature, then there exists some minor change in energy inside the material that will remain in martensite form alone. This is called one-way SMA. That is only one way of change. Two-way SMA means there is a two-way of changes. Either heating and cooling is allowed in case of two-way SMA, but in SMA, only either cooling or heating. In two-way SMA, both heating and cooling is allowed. Here, only either heating or cooling is allowed. Applications. They are used in fire safety valve, antenna wires, toys. We have seen many toys which will change its shape when the load is applied, and when we remove the stress, it will come back to its original state. Eyeglass frames. Here we can see the flexible eye glass frames, coffee pot thermostats, helicopter blades. It can withstand very high pressure. Blood clot filter, cryofit hydraulic coupling, circuit edge connector, correct the irregularities of teeth, artificial hip joints and bone plates. Okay, and this is a robotical arm. What an SMA is nickel titanium alloy. So nickel titanium or nitinol, okay, has the following properties. They have a greater shape memory strain, density is 6.45 gram per centimeter cube, more flexible, they have high melting point, the transformation occurs between minus 200 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade, they have high thermal stability, they have excellent corrosion resistance, they have higher ductility but a biocompatibility. That's why it is used inside the body. It have ability to be electrically heated for shape recovery. So this is fire alarm, and this is, this belt clip. This is made up of nitinol. Advantage and drawbacks of SMA. Advantage, they are simple, they are compact and easy safety mechanism. They are biocompatible. They have diverse fields applications. They are clean, silent, spark-free working condition. They have good mechanical properties like strong corrosion resistance. They have high power and high power weight ratios. Drawbacks are degradation for fatigue properties, because when we use for a long time, they will have a fatigue nature. Expensive, low energy efficiency, they are very complex to control, limited bandwidth due to heating and cooling restrictions. Thank you.